Hello fellow YouTubers, welcome to YouTube Gaming Community number 87. This is a very special gaming community because today I'm only dealing with channels with 1,000 subs or less. I may do this every so often because some reason sometimes it's really easy for me to find small channels, and I think it'd be just cool sometimes just to shout out the smaller channels in the community instead of, you know, having them kind of sometimes be overshadowed by the bigger channels. So anyway, let's get to our subject from the day, and it's from the Completionist, the comment he made to YouTube Gaming Community number 86. And the comment is, effective private messaging is such a joke, and the concept is even more hilarious. The problem is, when it comes to sending a private message, is the first thing you should understand and respect the fact is that the person has no obligation to answer your message, and you truly shouldn't expect them to answer. I send message, I'll bet not very often, to specific people, but I never understand that I never feel that they ever had to respond. People have personal lives. People need to understand and respect that. Now, let's get to first things first. And sometimes this is how I also feel about subs, not just messages. That sometimes it feels like if you do not answer those people really quickly, whether it be messages or subs, they seem to think, they get mad. They think, you know, why don't you answer me right away? That we all have lives. We all have jobs out of this. We just don't have time to, I mean, I feel bad when I'll read a message and I go, I'm going to respond to that later, and then 2 weeks later, I'm finally getting around to respond to that message, or I've already shouted out that person in a video before I ever got to sending them a message. But at the same time, I have a family, I have a life, so I don't feel bad, but I do. Now let's get the message thing down first of all. When you send someone a personal message on YouTube, just like you when someone sends a letter to a radio talk show host or a TV show, they can read that on the air. You sent that to them. The only way not for that person to actually truly read it is for you not to send them the message. But when you send them a message, you say, please don't read this, it's private, that person should have the respect enough not to read your name. I mean, if there's certain things in that message they want to talk about, you gave them an idea, but they don't want to, because you don't want to be mentioned, they don't mention you, they could simply mention the part in the message without actually saying your name. That way you're kind of doing both. You're not talking about the person, but you're still want to talk about the subject. I know this is, a lot of people think that a lot of people have time to sit there all day on the computer, but most people don't. Most people who actually make videos probably only get an hour to 2 window, maybe a night if you're lucky, to actually respond to stuff. And people have got to understand that when you send people a message, you can't always expect them to respond back. So let's get 2 channels to check out, and the first one is Super 90s Gamer. He has 24 subs. He does playthrough, walkthrough, and he has done game requests on playthrough and walkthroughs before on his channel. Next up is Collector George. He has 397 subs. He does pickups and flea market finds, which I know more and more people are starting to do that, and I always find those videos very entertaining. Next one is Act 125. He does Let's Plays on his channel. I know 2 of the series I've seen he's doing right now is Sonic 3 and Pokemon Yellow. If you want to check those out. And then Game Talk 96. He has 25 subs. He does review, unboxing, and top 10. Bat Emmanuel ZX has 152 subs. He does gameplay for games on a bunch of different systems. He does gameplay for games from the PS3, the PS2, just a bunch of different systems. So if there's a game you're looking for, when he does a gameplay video, he only does 1 video of that game. So if you want to see a quick video on that game, check his channel out. Next up is TurboGrafx Nerd, has 5 subs. He has a bunch of videos up on his channel. 1996 PC Engine demo VHS tapes. 1996 they released these tapes just showcasing some of the games on the PC Engine. This channel was recommended to me to shout out by the Green Monkey King, so thanks to him. Next up is Willard Z. He has 67 subs. He does gameplay, and his gameplay primarily is just simply shooters like Call of Duty, but he also goes into like how to make a class and stuff in the game. So if that stuff interests you, check out his channel. So we got a bunch of videos to check out today. The first one is by AirRunner85. Quick look, 171 Gameboy Advance cartridge. If you have never seen this, it's really cool. all the games that are cited. Next up is Badbobbygamer. His video is my playthrough of Sonic 2 Episode 1. If you've either never seen the game or want to relive, the beginning of that game, check that out. Next up is GCBeyondcom. Era game reviews, Duke Nukem 3D. If you have never either seen the game or want to, kind of relive some nostalgia, again, check that out. Next up is MikeGartner. Gartner's Residential Thriftin #1 thrift store video game pickups and finds. He also, really cool in this, in the description, he also puts links to the people who do these videos that inspired him to make this video. It's really cool. He goes into the thrift store, he shows you the thrift store a little bit, and then he shows you what he got there. Next up is DanCentral. Let's play World of Illusion, which was on the Mega Drive / Genesis. Downloads Route Part 1 of 5, if you want to see that. Next up is Virus Infection 1. Team Fortress 2 Wario Ware mod #1. This is a really one of the freakiest mods I've seen for Team Fortress 2 in this gameplay, because it randomly, for no reason, just picks different mods, like really quickly picks different modes. So you'll be doing one mode and all of a sudden, boom, you jump to a totally different kind of mode. It's really freaky. You have to check it out. It's really fast paced. Next up is Video Game Collector 22. He just did his 100 sub thank you video. And, I remember 100 subs for a lot of us was like the biggest thing in the world, right? I mean, you never thought you'd get there. Once you get there, you're just like, elated. Next up, JimmyClassy, recent pickups 44 / update. And for one of our for a foreign video for people out there, I'm just gonna spell his name because I know I'm gonna pronounce it wrong. Dibrome, and is F-Zero Queen League expert. Basically the original F-Zero, we all remember. If you want to see gameplay of the Queen League expert mode of the game, check that out, and it is not in English. Next up, MeetingFlipper, another Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception beta code giveaway, 200 sub special. So for his 200 sub special, he's giving away the beta code, so if you're interested, check out the video. The ePrompt 9, Killer Gorilla, aka Donkey Kong for the Acorn Electron. What's cool about the video is it's always cool for me to find out about computers and systems that I never knew existed, right? And to see Killer Gorilla, which is a lot like Donkey Kong, so you just have to check it out. Next up is Stacks28, Atari 8-bit cassette dual track system, another foreign video. This one, again, not in English, but it's cool because the cassette dual track, while it's loading, actually plays music tracks while the stuff's loading. You just have to check it out. It's such an old 8-bit thing could do something like that. It's really cool. Next up is Luke the Collector Fallout and Portal replicas, if you want to check those out. Those are really cool items. Next up is Don Radon Gaming Community Friday Shoutouts Episode 4. He shouts out 5 cool YouTubers in the community. The Ben's Gaming Discussion Gamers This Generation Suck Revised Edition. Now, I know a lot of you have seen people responding to Gamers This Generation Suck. He originally did the video. When I tracked down his channel, I did not find the video on his channel. I just recently revised it and brought it back up, because due to the responses from it, he talks about the revision he did in the video. So it's really cool. Check it out. Next up, Power Glove Gaming 99 Early 80s Coleco Mini Arcade Pac-Man review. Not only does he talks about the Pac-Man, but he talks about the Coleco Mini Arcade machines, which at the time, I remember when these things came out, and they were so cool. I knew a kid who did have the Pac-Man one, and I got to play it, and I thought it was so cool how they made a replica of arcade machine so small. Simple, but yet small, was so cool at the time. Next up, 65 Gamer Guy, ColecoVision Ultimate SD cartridge. This is a really cool cartridge that you stick in your ColecoVision, and you can download the ROMs and simply stick it in the SD slot of the cartridge and play it on a ColecoVision. Next up, Sci-Fic New Pickups Gameboy Color and Pokemon Game Lot Super Nintendo, Sega Saturn, Game Gear games. A lot of games in this video. Simply have to check it out to see the cool stuff that he picked up. Next up, Gamer Toys Thrift Store / Flea Market / eBay Haul 05. Get a really cool video of all the stuff you got. in a different presentation than most people do it. Next up is Scott Lewis Gaming Blog. What game made you finally realize you arrived as a hardcore gamer? Gaming Tag Friday number 7. So if you're interested, check that video out, and you may want to do a video response. I know people are going to say this. I have never considered myself a hardcore gamer, so I would not know what game that for me. I've always liked a bunch of different games, but I know a lot of people. Again, hardcore gamer doesn't mean like, it could mean anything. It could simply mean someone who plays a lot of different games. Or you should check out his definition, check out his video. Next up is Zelda Redreads. Now this is a really cool channel because what it is, it's a Let's Play channel, but it's a couple doing Let's Play. So Kathleen and Aton play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time number 40 Infinite Sword Glitch. So if you want to see a couple who do Let's Plays together, check out their channel. Next up is David Inchnails Green Screen Gaming Review DuckTales. If you remember good old DuckTales from the NES games, check that out. And then 128 Gamer Let's Play Metroid Prime Part 1 88% blind, meaning basically he hasn't played the game before he does the video of it. So that's all for this show, guys. So see you all on Monday.